Life is a game. Life is a game like every other game. Like the game of tennis, like the game of football, like the game of Formula One car racing, or any other game you can imagine. Now, what we know is that for every game, there are rules. And if you don't understand the rules of any game, you will always play it wrong. You will always be on the losing side of it. Cannot play right and correctly. A lot of us do not approach life as a game. There are rules, there are principles, which we don't even try to understand and learn. And believe me, one of these rules, one of these game rule is the one that we talk about time. Because you have seen the impact of time on everything. And you have also seen the scenario that I painted in part 1 about Mr. A that was just trading his time for money, and Mr. B that learned how to use money to buy back his time. I was making much more money. So life is a game. The successful and the rich have mastered the game. They know how to play it, and they play it right and well. Whereas the unsuccessful and poor do not understand that life is a game, and they do not understand or learn the rules. And so, obviously, they keep playing on the losing side, and life keep punching them and bringing them down. The next lesson that I've learned is the formula for success. What is the formula for success? The first thing is to have a goal and a vision. When you have a goal and a vision, then you put in work plus time equals success. For you to gain success, you must first define what you want. By the time you know what you want, then you put in the work, you give it the time, success is inevitable. So number 3 rule or lesson rather that I've learned is that nobody is coming to save you. Stop waiting for one government to come and save you. Stop waiting for the economy to get better. It will not. Let me disappoint you. It will not. Stop waiting for your family member to come and help you. Stop waiting for one manna to come and drop from one place. It will not. Nobody is coming to save you. Anybody and everybody that have done anything of significance, that have achieved anything noteworthy, realize this, that nobody is coming or was coming to save them. And so they carry themselves from whatever rot they were. They carry themselves despite all the lack, despite all their circumstances, despite their limiting situation, they brought themselves out of it. And they become whatever and whoever they desire to be. So realize this. Nobody is coming to save you. Stop wasting your time. Stop dissipating your energy. The earlier you start working and saving yourself, the better for you. The next lesson that I've learned, which is also similar to the previous one, is the fact that as nobody is coming to save you, nobody owes you anything in life. This is so important because a lot of us have this thing that is called entitlement mentality, especially as Africans and Nigerian and African. It's one of the reasons why I love what Trump is doing in America. He's saying we're going to stop giving handouts to people. He's stopping USAID, for instance. And then it's good. Because you find out and realize that for a long time, we have become complacent, we have become lazy, and we have become dependent, waiting for one handout from one government, where we are actually supposed to be a self-sufficient nation, where we're actually supposed to be a self-sufficient people because God has given us almost everything that we need and want. Yes, governments have a responsibility to its people because government, that is what government exists for in the first instance. But if you want to keep waiting until circumstances and situations and everything is right and perfect from the side of the government before you do anything, you're not going to get anything done. Because in the same situation, in this same imperfect circumstance, we are seeing people that are building things for themselves. We are seeing people that are rising beyond the ordinary and beyond the average. Let me correct an impression. Nigeria is not poor. It is you that is poor, because it is not everybody in Nigeria that is poor. It is you. Until you talk to yourself and say, it is me that is poor, because as everybody is complaining in this economy, this thing is this thing is this thing is this. I have a friend is into real estate. If you see the way people are buying houses of over 1 billion from him, they are even begging. You think it's 50,000 naira. And you ask yourself, in this same economy was where they brought out the number of the statistics of how much Lagosian or men spent 662 billion naira in the year 2024 on extracurricular sexual activities. And you are saying that there's no money in the land. No, until we change our mindset and realize the thing, you are the one that do not have money. People have money. You are the one that is where you are. People in the same place because they realize that nobody owes them anything. Whatever you want, you go get it for yourself. And the beauty of life is that when life sees that you go after it, it rises up and gives you whatever you want. So don't forget that lesson. The earlier you learn it, the better for you. The next lesson that I've learned is this. In life, there are two quadrants. Quadrant A on the right side and quadrant B on the left side. Now, quadrant A is a smaller quadrant, whereas quadrant B is a bigger and wider quadrant. Quadrant A is where the tiny people that are successful, the tiny people that are rich, that achieve their dreams and goals, that live their life on their own terms. Whereas quadrant B is where the rest of the people are. Those who are just a part of the group. I call them the anybody or a lot of us in that quadrant are just statistics. If we read and learn and study and take statistics, it puts things in perspective. And I want to shock us with some statistics. The present population of the world is about 8 billion people. Let me repeat that. The present population of the world is 8 billion people, not 8 million, 8 billion. The number of billionaires in the world is about 2,700. I don't know what the percentage 2,700 is from 8 billion. I think it will be 0.0000 point. It's crazy. So create that quadrant in your mind. Put the 8 billion into quadrant B, which is everybody, and put the 2,700 into quadrant A. That would define for you and paint the graphic picture of what I'm talking about, life being 2 quadrants. Now, of course, you are going to tell yourself that that's a small percentage. Yeah, it's not everybody that will be billionaires. And I totally agree with you. So I'll go to the next figure. The number of millionaires in the world. Millionaires, a millionaire is Anybody whose assets and net worth is $1 million and above. And the number is about 58 million people. So add the 58 million people, add it to the quadrant, the first quadrant, expand it a bit and ask yourself, what is the percentage of 58 million from 8 billion? We're talking 58 million. It's not up to 100 million. Oh. And in a billion, we have 100 million. And then, so 100 million makes 1 billion. We now have 8 of it in 8 billion. So if you look at the 58, it's not still even up to 1%, because 1% of it will be about 80 million. So the millionaire are not up to 10%. The figure is about 58 million people in the world that have a net worth of $1 million and above. You are seeing the quadrant. Now, let me also even expand the quadrant for you. Let me expand it a bit. The percentage of people that have maybe $100,000 equivalent in net worth and above is about 650 million people. $100,000 and above. 650 million people. Not up to 1 billion people in a population of 8 billion. So let's even say we want to even throw those ones onto the right quadrant. Can you see the difference? So the reality is that in life, we have those 2 quadrants. And it is your responsibility to decide and determine which quadrants you want to be. The reality is that, and you find out that for most people that are on the right quadrant, they actually came from the left quadrant. They find their way from that place and move to the right quadrant. Because statistically, 80% of billionaires and millionaires today in the world are first generation millionaires and billionaires. They are self-made. 80% of them statistically. So the majority of them did not meet wealth at home. The majority of them were not trust fund babies. They crawl from the left quadrants. They crawl and crawl, toil and struggle, understanding the game, the rules of the game of life, until they found themselves in the right quadrants. And the point and the fact is, as much and as long as they can do it, you also can do it. So it doesn't matter where you are today. On the left quadrant, you can go to the right quadrant. Thank God the statistic that I told us about is relating to the whole world. Don't think that this is just because we're in Nigeria. It is a global phenomenon. Go and search it, research it. 60% of Americans cannot boast of $10,000. Go and search it. They cannot. In fact, it has even been saying that more than 50% of them cannot, in an emergency, bring out $400. So it's not just Nigeria we're talking about. It's not just you. We're talking about a global phenomenon that you need to realize. So decide today what part of the quadrant you want to operate.